Hello, I'm Carol Ladd, and that's my dog Angel behind me. And as you can tell, Angel's maybe just a little bit older, and because she's older, she has a little bit of pain in her legs, and she has to take a pill every day. And when she takes those pills, it's really kind of funny because I'll put them in her food, but she always spits out the pills. She always finds them. The pills must be bitter, and so she spits them out. She doesn't realize that they're there for her good, that those pills are there to help her. I think about that in context of life, and often there are things that frustrate us and that maybe seem a little bitter to us in our lives. And yet we can often look at those later and say, God allowed this in my life because for a purpose. He wanted me to learn to grow. It was actually for my good. And as much as I wish that Angel could understand that those pills I give her are for her good, we can look to God's word and learn and recognize that sometimes the difficulties in our lives are there for our good. I think about Jeremiah, who in Lamentations, he wrote about the bitterness and gall in his life. And he said, but yet I have hope. And he said, I have hope when I remember the unfailing love of the Lord. When we reflect on God's love, that he loves us and that sometimes he allows these things in our lives for a purpose, it reminds us, it gives us hope, and it helps us to accept some of the challenges, the bitterness, the frustrations that happen in our lives. So we have a choice. We can be like my dog Angel and forget that God has a plan, forget that our master has a plan for us. Or we could be like Jeremiah and remember the goodness of the Lord and recognize that he can even use the most difficult circumstances in our lives for a greater good, for even our good in our lives. So are you willing? Are you willing to look to the Lord and recognize his love for you? Well, let's be a little happier than my dog Angel, and let's recognize the goodness of the Lord in our lives. I hope you'll join me again here at Positive Life Principles.